Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into a question that is, let's be honest, on every business owner's mind. How do you actually grow and find real success online? Let's get into it.
And I want to start with a really direct question, one that probably keeps a lot of people up at night. When a potential customer searches for the exact thing you offer, does your business even show up? Because here's the honest truth. The digital world is just incredibly crowded. So if you're not visible when people are looking for you, you're not just losing out on a sale. To most of your potential customers, your business might as well not even exist. And that's the big problem we're going to talk about solving. So what's the fix? Well, it's not about just hiring any company that says they do web stuff. It's really about finding a true strategic partner, someone who can actually guide you through all this complexity. And that brings us to trtDigital. Now, what I think is so telling here is how they talk about themselves. This is from their own philosophy. They're not just some vendor you pay. They see themselves as part of your team, someone who's genuinely invested in seeing you succeed for the long haul. And look, this isn't some new kid on the block. We're talking about a company that started way back in 2010 in Tokyo, then expanded to Italy and set up shop in Morocco. With over a decade of international experience under the belts, that kind of staying power in the digital world, it really says something.
Okay, so how do they actually make good on that partner promise? Well, it's not by throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. They use a very clear, structured, three-step method that's designed to get predictable results.
Right, here's the game plan. Step 1 is all about building a rock-solid foundation, making sure your website's technical setup is just plain better than your competitors. Then, Step 2, that's where they get super targeted, going after the keywords that actually line up with your business goals. And finally, Step 3 is all about growth and really owning your space, locking in your rankings, and then aiming for those even tougher, more competitive keywords. It's a smart, logical path forward.
And this is where you can really see the difference, right? On one side, you've got those tempting, cheap offers, but they often use old-school tactics, give you a quick bump that disappears, and there's no real custom strategy. But then you have the trtDigital approach. Everything is structured, totally transparent, and built from the ground up to get you solid results that actually last. It's about choosing a real strategy over just a hopeful promise.
Now, having a process sounds great, but does it actually work? This is where things get really interesting. This is the part that truly matters for any agency, the proof. So let's look at the results they're getting.
Just take a look at this number, top 3%. What on earth does that mean? It means they're playing in the big leagues. We're talking about the absolute elite tier of digital agencies on a global scale. And this isn't just them patting themselves on the back. No, this is Google stepping in and validating their work. Earning a Google Partner Premier badge means you're in the top 3% of all participating companies in the world. You don't just get that badge, you earn it by delivering real, measurable results for your clients over and over again. And if you want the ultimate proof, here it is. They practice what they preach. They themselves rank #1 in their own country for the most competitive search terms in their industry, like SEO Agency Morocco. Think about that. When the experts you're hiring are already dominating their own search results, you know you're in good hands.
And their strategy is really comprehensive. It's not just one thing. They build a whole customer acquisition machine. They use SEO, search engine optimization, for that solid long-term growth. They use SEA, or paid ads, for that immediate impact. Then they add in geo-targeting to find local customers, and even social ads to connect with people where they're spending their time.
But let's see how all these pieces fit together for an actual client. We're going to take a quick look at a case study for a company named Kafarat Plus.
So this was the deal. Kafarat Plus sells tires, but online, they were basically invisible. They were getting totally drowned out by these huge generalist stores. So when a customer went looking for tire deals, Kafarat Plus just wasn't even in the game. Now check out this transformation. A 370% spike in organic traffic. That's almost quadrupling their visitors. But here's the kicker, a 210% jump in e-commerce sales. This proves it wasn't just random people showing up. It was qualified buyers who were ready to spend money, and the impact on their business was just massive.
And the end result? Total market dominance. They ended up grabbing the #1 spot on Google for the most important money-making keywords in their entire industry. They literally went from being invisible to being #1.
And this really brings it all back to their core belief, which is summed up perfectly here. It's all about ROI-oriented work. There's no secret SEO magic or fuzzy promises. It's just a structured, open, and measurable plan where every single thing they do is designed to do one thing: help grow your revenue.
So, after hearing all that, you're probably wondering, okay,
What does this mean for me? Let's talk about your growth strategy.
You know, that very first step, the one where you do a deep dive and a real strategic analysis, it's the most important part. But so many people just rush through it or skip it. That's not how it works here. With trtDigital, that foundation is everything, because that's where real results actually begin.
And they make taking that first step unbelievably simple and totally risk-free. They actually offer a full, free audit to break down where you stand right now and, more importantly, where your biggest opportunities for growth are hiding.
Which really just leaves us with one final thought. We just saw what was possible for Kafferat Plus, how they went from being a nobody online to a market leader. So the real question is, what if your business's success story is the next one? What if it all starts right here?